Hey guys, welcome back to the mat with me. Given we're in the month of February, or at least when this is being recorded, it's in the month of February, which is typically the month of love, I want us to focus on giving back to our body through movement. So this is just going to be a short little sequence that you can do on your mat or in your living room at home that really just energizes the body, maybe challenges you a little bit, or allows you to notice the strength you're building both physically and mentally when you're on the mat. So take what you want and leave what you don't, and let's enjoy a little bit of time together on the mat that is giving back to your body, building your strength, building your confidence from the inside out, and having you feel good at the end of the day. So let's get started. Let's start by laying down flat on our back with our knees bent. Bring your palms out to the side on a bit of a diagonal, and what I want you to do is walk those heels out to the edges of your mat and just slowly start to windshield wiper those legs from side to side, stretching through your hip flexors, bringing a little bit of movement to the lower body, really just waking up the lower extremities, getting a little bit of movement even through the lower back, loosening ourselves up. You may be moving first thing in the morning. Maybe you've been sitting at a desk all day or sitting in a chair and feeling a little bit stiff. So this really just helps to wake up and bring a bit of movement and warmth through the hips, through the lower back, and loosens up those joints. Take a couple of big deep breaths for me. Leave all the stresses of today or of this week and just give yourself this time on the mat to focus on you. Give me 2 more like this. Last one. Beautiful, and back to center. Walk those feet back in so they're about hip distance apart. Bring your palms onto your hips. Make a little bit of a triangle with your fingers and your thumbs and drop that down so the triangle is facing down towards your pubic bone, and for me it's now facing down towards the window or the wall in front of me. From here, I want you to inhale as you tip your hips forward, thinking you have a bucket on your hips and you're pouring the water out at the front. As you exhale, I want you to reverse that movement, sinking your lower back into the mat and tilting your pelvis backwards, coming into a bit of a posterior pelvic tilt. Inhale to reverse that. Expanding out through the chest, letting your ribs flare out as you inhale, and drawing those ribs down as you exhale, letting the lower back hang heavy into the mat. From here, you're going to start to feel your abdominals wake up a little bit. And you're going to become a little bit more familiar with what that sensation feels like in your body as you move through those pelvic tilts. So keep inhaling as you extend forward and exhaling as you tuck that pelvis under, thinking of sending the water out the back towards the mat when you're in your pelvic tilt. Big breath in and draw everything in and down, and one more forward and tuck it back under. Beautiful. Coming back to the middle line. Now when your palms feel flat on your hips, that is where your neutral pelvic alignment sits. So that's just something for you to know in future whenever someone talks about your natural spine or your neutral alignment. That's where it sits at that middle line. Everyone either has a bit of a anterior or posterior pelvic tilt. It's more about becoming more aware of your own body and how your hips are aligned. From here, I want you to press your palms down into the mat. We're going to roll our hips under so that our lower back is pressed into the mat, so coming into that posterior pelvic tilt, bringing both your palms up behind your head. I want you to interlace the fingers behind your head and let your head hang heavy into those palms. I want you to press your heels into the mat. You might start to feel your glutes activate here. I want you to take a big deep breath in to prepare. And as you exhale, I want you to peel your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat as you exhale that breath out, coming up into your supine curl. Reverse that move slowly so the shoulders and the neck and the head rest heavy into the mat. And take another deep breath in and exhale as you come back up. Now, as you peel your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat, I want you to make sure that your shoulders aren't around your ears. I want you to make sure that they're rolled down so that movement is really coming from the abs here. Roll back down through that. We're going to come through a couple of repetitions of this just to really start to fire up the body. So remember to exhale on your way up, letting that gaze flow through your thighs. No tension in the neck here, rolling back down to the mat. When you're laying back down, from here it might be easier just to roll those shoulders down as if you're placing your shoulder blades into your back pocket. Exhale as you roll up, shoulders away from my ears, really letting the curl come from those abdominal muscles, starting to feel them fire up. Press those heels into the mat to help stabilize you. And work through this. Squeezing those abdominal muscles, drawing your ribs down towards your hips. You might like to think of as if you're wearing a corset to draw those ribs down, pressing that belly button into the mat, as if you're trying to zip something up or tie something up in that corset really tight around the ribs. 3 more like this. Last 2, big exhale out as you come up. Let the breath help you. Last 1. And hold it up for me. Extend one palm out. Extend the other palm out. Holding that crunch so you're drawing those ribs down towards your hips. From here, no tension in the neck. I want you to lift one leg up into tabletop. Lift the other leg up into tabletop. And then drop that right foot down. Drop the left foot down. Exhale as you bring one leg up, and then the second, and drop it back down. We're going to go through 5 of these, just warming up the core even further, and down, really making sure you're rolling those shoulders away from your ears, keeping no tension in the neck, and breathing through this. Last 1 for me. Pressing through those palms, squeezing those abs, and melt down into the mat. Beautiful job, guys. Okay, from here, I'm going to get you to bring those knees into your chest, holding behind those thighs, and I want you to build a little momentum as you press up into a seated position. If not, you can always rest heavy down on the mat, roll over to your side body, and then come up to seat this way. Okay, from here, I want you to keep those knees at about a hip distance apart. I want you to really press those heels into the mat. We're going to come into a couple of core exercises that are going to be a little bit of fun. Or at least I think they're a little bit of fun. By the end of the session, I hope that you enjoy them and you're feeling them. So from here, we're going to extend both of our palms out in front of us. I'm going to keep my toes up to really help me push my heels into the mat here. If it's more comfortable, if that's too much for you, you can always keep those toes down on the mat. It's absolutely fine in that flat foot. From here, we're going to tuck our pelvis under, so really curving through that lower spine there. As we do this, we are going to exhale as we roll back, scooping through the abs, coming into more of a 45-degree half roll back, and inhale as we come back up. So what I want you to focus on here, roll those shoulders down so they're not coming up around those ears. You're going to take a big deep breath in to prepare. You're going to press your belly button to your spine, scooping through the abs as you press yourself back into the mat, coming into that 45-degree. Reverse that slowly, coming back up to seated. You're really going to start to feel this in those abs as you roll down. Your core is working really hard to stabilize you. So think of pressing that belly button to the side, scooping through the abs, and rolling back up. Beautiful. Keep going like this. Give me 2 more like this. Exhale as you come back. Inhale as you come back up to sit nice and tall, extending through the crown of the head. And we're going to come back again to rolling back into that half roll back position. From here, I want you to bring your palms facing down to the mat as if you're pressing air into your core, into the mat. From here, I want you to exhale as you twist towards the right and then come back to center. Pressing those palms down so really tension in the arms. So we're going to twist and rotate to the left and coming back to center. Exhale on the twist. Drawing those ribs down to your hips, keeping yourself in this half roll back. We're really starting to work those obliques. So in the side body here, you're going to really start to feel this fire up. Press those heels into the mat. Exhale as you twist, keeping everything else in the body nice and long. This is almost like a Russian twist if you've ever done one of those before. But we're keeping a lot of tension on the body. We're giving ourselves an extra lever by having our feet planted into the mat. But we're keeping our neck nice and long as all of the twist comes from those obliques. So think of less twisting with the shoulders and more twisting with the side of the body. Exhale, give me 3 more. Beautiful. Last 2. And last 1. Really pressing the belly button to your spine. Back to center, roll back up, and maybe shake it out a little bit. Beautiful. Great job, guys. Starting to really feel that burn in the body. From here, we're going to come back into that roll back position, but we're going to add another layer. So when you're ready, extending both arms out in front of you, lifting up onto those heels if that felt comfortable before, scooping those abs, so tucking that pelvis under. Take a big deep breath in, extend to the crown of your head. I want you to exhale as you come back into that roll back. Now I want you to lift one leg up into tabletop, and I want you to lift the opposite leg up into tabletop. I really want you to extend through those fingers to let them help you. You're going to start to feel some shakes here. That's absolutely fine. That core is working. Those deep core muscles are really working here. So breathe for me. I want you to tap one toe down to the mat and bring it back up. Then tap the opposite toe down and up. Exhaling as you tap down. Inhaling to bring it back up, really pressing that belly button to the spine, really activating through the core, extending out through the fingers and the toes, feeling the strength in your body. Exhale as you drop, inhale as you come back up. Very nice, guys. Keeping everything long in the body, scooping through those abs. You're really going to feel those abs turn on here, feeling a lot of those shakes. This is a really strong movement. Exhale for me. Give me 4. 3, if this is too much, just drop those feet down and then roll back up and repeat. 2, last 1, and up. Drop those feet down, roll back to start, and take a breather. Beautiful. We're going to add one more layer to that, and it's a layer that's going to move you more towards a Pilates movement that we call teaser. We're not going to do teaser yet, but you'll start to see that maybe in a future class. So, extending out through the palms one last time. We're going to come up onto those toes if we did it before. You're going to tuck that pelvis under. You're going to inhale to prepare, extending through the crown of the head. You're going to exhale as you come back into that half roll back. Bring those feet back up into that tabletop position. And from here, instead of tapping down, we're going to extend out through the toe and bring it back to parallel. Exhale as you extend the opposite and back in. So this one is really going to challenge you to keep everything else stable in the body. So think of extending out through the fingers and the toes, really creating tension in the body, scooping the belly button to your spine, so activating through the core, rolling those shoulders away from your ears. Exhaling as you extend through that toe and down. Extend out and down. And likewise, if this is too much, come back down to those toe taps or come back to our original exercise, just rolling back and coming back to seat. Give me 4. Last 3. If you can challenge yourself, go for it. Last 2. You'll be surprised at how fast you build the strength. Last 1. Now I want you to stay up here. Hold this for me. And if you can, I want you to extend both legs and bring them back down. Now this, with the extending of both legs, is close to our teaser position. Exhale as you extend. Inhale as you lower, keeping everything else stable. So roll those shoulders down. Extend through the crown of the head. Give me 3. Really good job, guys. Last 2. And on the last one, I want you to extend out and hold it for me. Roll the shoulders down. Press the belly button to the spine for 5. Breathe. 4. Keep going. 3. Nice. 2. Last 1. Lower those legs down and roll back up. Take a breather for me. Really good job, guys. Wow, that one is a burner. So if you stuck with me throughout, fantastic. If you took a regression, it's absolutely fine. You were working hard regardless. Okay, take another deep breath in for me. And exhale. Beautiful job, guys. Okay, cross those toes over for me. Then I want you to place your palms down on the mat, and I want you to step one leg out into a plank position and then the opposite leg out. Melt down into the mat, and from here I want you to untuck those toes, press your palms underneath your shoulders, and just extend out through the arms to come into an upward dog. Take a big deep breath in for me. You should be feeling a nice stretch in those abdominal muscles that we just worked in that half roll back. Take a big deep breath in and exhale. Melt down into the mat. Roll those shoulders for me once, twice. Tuck that pelvic bone into the mat, and I want you to press the floor away one last time. Get a nice stretch through the front side of the body. Maybe twist your shoulders a little bit to get a nice stretch through those obliques. Beautiful. Nice. Melt down into the mat. And then I'm going to get you to tuck those toes, press yourself up into a 4-point kneeling position, and we're going to find our lower body series. From here, we just want to double check our alignment. So we want to make sure we have our wrists underneath our shoulders and our hips over our knees. From here, I want you to extend back through the right foot, pointing that toe. I want you to keep your gaze focused on the mat, and I want you to push away through the floor. By pushing through the floor, you're really going to activate through the lats and work this area of the body here and help stabilize the body. I want you to squeeze that right glute for me. Really squeeze it. Then you're going to lift and you're going to lower. You're going to exhale as you lift that leg up. Inhale to drop it back down. Really keeping that squeeze on the glute the whole time. Now from here, I really want you to focus on pushing the floor away, activating through the shoulders so we're not sinking into them. Pushing the floor away as if something smells bad, and we're going to press our belly button into our spine. This is going to help to stabilize us, activate through the core, and help us to get an even better burn in that right glute. Now, keep squeezing that right glute for me. Give me 5 more. Keeping everything else in the body stable. 3, press the floor away. Last 2. Last 1, hold it up for me. We're going to hold it here for 10, 9, 8. Press the belly button to your spine. 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Drop it down. From here, bring your left forearm down to the mat. This is going to be a little bit of a lowered position. It's going to help us in our next movement. Bend that right knee. And from here, we're going to come up and bring our knee parallel to our hip into a fire hydrant. So we're going to squeeze that glute as we bring it up and lower it back down. Exhale as you come up. Inhale as you lower. Really squeezing into that glute, pointing through the toe. Bring it up and lowering it back down. So you're really going to press the floor away with your right and left forearm, your right palm and your left forearm. We're really going to make sure we're not sinking into that left side body. So we're making sure that we keep the body nice and square to the mat. So our hips nice and square to the mat, body nice and stable. And we're just going to be pressing out through that right glute, really activating those muscles of the glutes and right around near the right hip. Beautiful. Give me 5. Then we're going to add another layer. 4. Last 3. Last 2. On the next one, I want you to hold it up. Then I want you to extend and point the toe. Bend and lower down. So we're adding a bit of a combo. Come out to your hydrant. Extend and pointing through the toe. In and back down. Bring it up. Exhale as you extend. In and back down. Beautiful. Up. Extending and pointing through the toe. Trying to keep the toe in line with the hip. And back down. Beautiful. This adds a nice little burn to it. Challenges your stability whilst you keep your body stable as you point that toe. Distributing the weight slightly differently. Come up, extend out, in and down. Beautiful. Give me 3 more. Beautiful. Nice and slowly through this. Last 2. Very nice. Last 1. Hold it out for me. From this position, I want you to just pulse for 10. Little pulses. 9, 8. Breathe for me. 7, 6. Feel that burn. 5, 4, 3. Last 2. Last 1. Bend that knee. Bring it back down. Maybe rest into that child's pose a little bit, pressing back. Beautiful job, guys. Maybe rocking from side to side a little bit. Very nice. We're going to repeat that on the other side. So I'm going to come around so that you can see what I'm doing. So again, checking our alignment, making sure that our wrists are underneath our shoulders, our knees are underneath our hips, and we're going to point back through that left toe. We're going to squeeze the left glute as we begin to lift and lower. Really squeezing the glute to activate. Now pressing the floor away so we're not sinking into it. We're keeping our hips square down towards the mat, thinking of having a torchlight on either hip bone, and we want to keep them trained down onto the mat. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Beautiful, just like that, guys. Keeping your gaze trained nice and long onto the mat in front of you. Pressing your belly button to your spine. Feeling that left glute work. You might even be feeling your right glute since we've activated on the other side. Give me 5, 4, 3, last 2, last 1, and come back up because we're going to hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, breathe, 6, extending through the toe, 5, 4, 3, last 2, last 1, drop it down. Beautiful. You may feel a little bit more tired. That's absolutely normal. We've already worked one side of the body. Coming down and pressing into that right forearm. We're going to bend that knee and we're going to bring that knee up to the height of the hip and down. Exhaling as we come up into our hydrant and lowering back down. You can keep your gaze trained down on the mat in front of you, or if it's more comfortable, you can allow it to move as you extend it out through that knee, letting your gaze follow that knee in a way. Exhale as you extend out through the knee and lower. Bringing that knee up to hip height. Starting to feel that burn, pointing that toe, squeezing through the left glute. Exhale as you come up, pressing into that right arm so we're not sinking into the right side body here. Pressing into the left palm also. Giving ourselves a really stable base. Give me 3 more. Then we're going to add on. Last 2. Last 1. And then we're going to extend and point through the toe. Bring it back in and down. So up, extending through the toe, in and down. Keeping everything else stable in the body. Out, point, in and down. Remember, up as we point, exhale, in and down. We exhale as we extend to the toe to really help us get the most out of that abdominal squeeze there. It's really nice and it allows your body to contract and activate through the core muscles, the deep core muscles there. Keep going for me. Out to the toe, in and down. Give me 3 more. Out, in and down. Starting to feel the shakes. 2, in and down. On the last 1, we're going to hold it out. Hold it for me. We're going to pulse for 10, 9, breathe, 8, 7, little pulses, 6, 5, 4, keep going for me, 3, doing so well, 2, 1, bend down and press away to extend into that child's pose. Beautiful job, guys. Really, really nice. Hope you're enjoying feeling that little bit of a burn in the body, celebrating how strong you are, building strength, building control. We're going to come into our last little core series, so I'm going to come around. Beautiful job, guys. We are almost there. We're on to the last exercise, which is one of my favorites, I have to say, which really works in those deep core muscles and has you really feeling strong from the inside out. It packs a punch, so bear with me, but you will start to love it, I have no doubt. So again, coming into that 4-point kneeling position, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath our hips, tuck those toes for me. Again, what I really want you to focus on is pressing the floor away, activating through the muscles under the arms into our lats as we work into our core. So from here, we're going to press the floor away through our fingers and our toes. We're going to press our belly button to our spine, and we're going to just lightly lift our knees up off the floor as we exhale and lower back down. So exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Pressing into the floor. A small movement here. So all it is a little lift and a little lower. Keep your gaze trained on the mat, neck nice and long, scooping the belly button to your spine as you lift and lower. So little lift, little lower. Exhale and lower. As I was saying before, really exhale strong through the mouth as you lift to activate through the core, drawing those ribs down to the hips, pressing the floor away. Keep going for me. If this feels good for you, I want you to remove that touch at the bottom and give me a little hover. So lifting up and hovering, up and hovering. Really breathe for me and lower. Give me 5. Give me 4. If you need to reset at the bottom, that's absolutely fine. 3. Press away from the floor. 2. On the next one, I want you to hold it up. Hold it up for me. Breathe. Exhale. Press your belly button to your spine. We're going to hold for 10. Press into the floor. 9. Breathe for me. 8. 7. Shoulders away from your ears. 6. Breathe. 5. 4. Keep going. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Drop those knees down to the mat. Untuck those toes and press it back into a child's pose. Feeling a stretch through the lower back, through the hips, and extending out through those palms. Breathe for me. And let that body melt into the mat and just relaxing down. Beautiful job, guys. Take another big deep breath in for me. Lovely. Now what I want you to do is press those palms into the mat. We're going to roll out of our child's pose and come back into that upward dog. So toes out onto either side of the mat, pressing the body up and away from the mat, feeling a stretch through the side body. Maybe giving me a couple of wiggles here. Take a big deep breath in and exhale. And then bring those toes back in, and we're going to settle back down to our feet into child's pose. Again, maybe rocking through those hips. Just really allowing our body to melt into the mat, to reduce our heartbeat, calm ourselves down a little bit. Big deep breath in and exhale. Then rolling out through the spine, tucking our chin, leaving it to untuck the very last moment. And breathing as we extend out, stretching through those abdominals, the front side of the body, toes to either side of the mat. Beautiful. And then tuck those toes one last time. Roll back down into that child's pose, really extending through the arms as you sink back onto your heels. Opening up those knees a little wider if you need to. Big deep breath in and exhale. Beautiful. Very nice. Come back up into that 4-point kneeling position, and from here I want you to bring your right shin towards parallel to the edge of the mat. Walk that left toe backwards so that you can come into a bit of a pigeon stretch here. Stretching out through that right glute, maybe even stretching out through the left hip. From here, I want you to take a big deep breath in and exhale. And if this feels good for you, maybe walk down to your forearms, maybe even walk your palms out to the mat and sink that chest heavy into the mat. Big deep breath in, feeling a great stretch to that right glute. Very nice. Walk those palms back. Press into those palms and the left toe as you step the right foot back. Step the left shin in to be parallel to the mat. Walk that right foot back a little bit. And feel that stretch in the left glute in this pigeon pose. Inhale. Exhale. Melting into that stretch. If this feels good, come down to those forearms. Or maybe walk those palms out. Big deep breath in. And exhale. Melting down into the mat. Beautiful. Walking those palms back in. Very nice, guys. I'm going to come around to sit here. If you do feel like your body needs a little bit more of a stretch, please take the time to stretch it out now. Thank you very much for joining me on the mat. I hope you enjoyed today's session, and I really just hope that throughout the month of February, throughout the year, you can start to give back to your body a little bit more, celebrating it through movement, but moving in a way that feels good for you. That really does fill your cup up, give you energy, and helps you feel stronger and more confident from the inside out. Thanks for joining me on the mat. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.